everyone, welcome to today's tutorial, and in this video I will be covering two tools, namely the pen tool and the curvature tool. These two tools are extremely similar to each other, but their main function is to help you make your own customized shapes, right? So these shapes then can be further used in your illustrations or your artwork for any project that you're working on, right? So let's get started by creating a new document. Okay, so for this video, I will be working on this A4 size document, which is 21 by 29.7 centimeters. The orientation is portrait, and I will give a name to my document, pen and curvature tool. Okay, so feel free to use any of these documents below provided by Adobe Illustrator, or you can further customize it by yourself by providing the value in the width and the height option like this. Okay, so let's begin. Alright. So before I begin with the pen and the curvature tool, let me also remind you all to make sure that the Essential Classic option has been switched on from this drop-down box below. Then only you will be able to see all these tools in case if you can't. Okay. So the pen tool is right here. So I'll start with the pen tool first. So by default, the fill is white and the stroke is black, right? So I don't want any fill to be there for now. You'll see in a bit why I've done that. So we go back to the pen tool right here, and as you can see, the cursor changes into this pen tool type of design right here, right? So we click anywhere on a document like this and make another point like that. So if you don't let go of your mouse and slowly turn it in different directions, be it upwards, downwards, diagonally, however you want it, you can manipulate your line like that or make curves like this, and you let go. So you make another point like this and make another curve. So you'll see in a bit why I've also switched off the fill tool right here. So because like the shape that I'm going to make will only require the outline, right? So then you can fill in the color whenever you feel like once you've finished making your shape, right? So we can make another point over here, make another curve like this, and keep going. So as a reminder, do not let go of your mouse when you make a point, right? You make a point like this without letting it go. Move your mouse in a certain direction like that. Okay, so feel free and then go crazy with your designs. It doesn't have to be perfect, that's okay. So once you are finished with your point, once you are finished with your designs, make sure that you end your shape by coming back to the same anchor point where you began. That's where you close your shape like this. So it's like this. So this is a very random abstract shape that I've made. You can further edit this by going to the direct selection tool. So when you do that, all the anchor points get selected like this. So you can choose any of your anchor points, say like this one, and then play around with the handle like that. You can move it up and down if you feel like. If you click on the anchor point again, you can move it upwards, downwards, sideways, however you want. In case if there are any points or any corners in your shape, you can also make curves on your shape like that, right? So you can manipulate this however you wanted it to be, make it more abstract like that, or make it more curvier on the other side, and that's it. There you go. So this is a pen. So this is a shape made entirely from the pen tool. So initially you must be facing a little difficulty in using the pen tool, and that's okay. You need a lot of practice to get the hang of the pen tool, right? So as you can see, this shape only has the outline, right? So if I click on the shape, I can fill it with any color that I like. Right, so let's fill it with yellow. And there you go. So this was the pen tool. Now let's use the next tool, which is the curvature tool right here, which is right next to pen tool. So if we click on the curvature tool, and let's also delete the fill, because if the fill is there, then we get a little confused to see how our shape is turning out, right? So let's make a point here. Let's make another point over here. And as you drag your cursor, you can see this light blue curve is being made, right? So you can bring it closer like this or bring it further at wherever you want, right? So as you can see, the curvature tool is much easier to use. So you don't have to do anything, you just have to keep making anchor points like this, and the curvature tool automatically makes the curves for you. And then we bring the pen curvature tool back onto the same anchor point from where we began, and there, like that. Similarly, if we click on the direct selection tool, we can further manipulate this by clicking on one of the anchor points and bringing it down or swinging the handles to any which way we like, right? So it doesn't have to be perfect, that's okay, you're still learning, right? So you can manipulate it, make it as abstract, as quirky you wanted it to be. You can, let's just bring this forward like that. And there you go. So once this shape is made, let's also fill this in with the color. This time let's take dark green, and let's also remove the stroke like that. And there you go. The first one was made entirely of the pen tool, and the second one was made entirely of the curvature tool. And that's it. So once you have made your illustration, let's quickly save our document as well. So we go to the file option right here and click on save as. So by default, our document will be saved as an Adobe Illustrator file, right? So I highly recommend to first save your document as an Adobe Illustrator file, because later on, if you want to go back to your original document and make further changes or practice it even more, then you can easily access your earlier files instead of making a new document every time, right? Once you do that, you can also save it as a PDF format if you like by clicking on the Adobe PDF format and click on save. But in case if you want to get your document printed, you can also save it as a JPEG format. So we go back to the file option and go to export and go to export as. So by default, our document will be saved as a JPEG format right here. And then we click on export. And that's it. I hope you found this video to be useful, and with a lot of practice, you will soon become a hang of the pen tool and the curvature tool. On this note, thank you for watching.